Hi everybody, my name is Kelly and I work at iBwave, and I'm here to give you a really quick demo of our free downloadable application iBwave Viewer. iBwave Viewer is used by both our customers as well as our customers' customers in order to do a few key things, one of which is to review any type of a design file from any of our software or mobile apps in a read-only format. It can be used to generate their own reports as well as to analyze the survey data. So those are the three key things that I'm going to walk you through in today's demo. So looking at my screen, you can see I've opened up what is actually the iBwave Office design here, and I'm looking at the cover page, but I'm going to work my way across the tabs here, and you can see that they have access to a design plan in iBwave Viewer, and then of course each of the tabs that are representing the floors of the building. Now I'm going to focus here on the first floor because it's been designed. You can see there's some Wi-Fi and some small cells here, as well as some network equipment and some cabling that's been routed. You'll notice that in Viewer, if I try to click on any type of an access point, I'm not going to be able to do it, and that is because it's read-only and it's intended to be used by those who should not be updating the design file. However, as a user of Viewer, I can click on each of these push pins, and you'll see here that when I do that, it brings up the pictures. So you can imagine the scenario where, let's say, an installer is using iBwave Viewer to review the design plan and then can click into those push pins and look at the pictures and probably read some instructions or watch a video that's been done so they know exactly where to install that access point or radio. So that's one of the things they can do. Over here on the right are all of the different heat maps. So these heat maps would have been the ones that were generated by the person that did the design in iBwave Wi-Fi or design or public safety or any of our software. And so the heat maps available here will be the ones that were actually produced and added by the designer of the file. So if I just click on the signal strength heat map here, you can see that it's showing. So now as a reviewer, I'm starting to get an idea of what my coverage will be. There's both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz here, so maybe I'll switch and take a look at the 5 gigahertz coverage. And then you see the other heat maps listed down here below. Now, I can also review this in 3D. So maybe I'm not so technically sound, and getting a 3D view of my building to see exactly what the coverage is going to be is going to give me a little bit more detail, and also to be able to see where I place the access points are going to be placed. So if I just go up here, you can generate a 3D model of either just the floor plan that you're working with or the entire building, which is what I'm going to do here. And you see the 3D view pops up, and suddenly I'm looking at the building in 3D. You can see the coverage, the heat map that's in there. But what's really good is that what I can do is actually go into walkthrough mode, and now you can see I can go into the building and I start to understand exactly where those access points and that cabling is going to be run throughout the building. So I can kind of just walk through here like this. It's funny, this always reminds me of the video game Doom. I don't know if anyone else has played that. But you walk through the building, you see the access points, you know exactly where they're going to go or they should go, and it just gives you that more realistic view of what the design is going to look out. So I'm just going to back out of there now. I'm going to close off my 3D view here, and we'll go back to the 2D plan. And now let's take a look at some of the reports that are available in iBwave Viewer. So not all the reports are available because you don't necessarily want anyone just running, let's say, a costing report that gives the full cost of the design, but you might want them to be able to run just the equipment list, which is the cost report without the prices in there. So across the top you can see you have that equipment list, which is also known as the bill of materials. You also have the other reports like compliance, output maps, survey data, the annotations. So once again, if I'm the installer, maybe I want to run the annotations report, which is going to give me a printout of all of those site images that were captured, and the area report. So just as an example, I'm going to quickly generate the equipment list report here. You can see I can pick and choose, well, which equipment do I want actually on here? I click OK, and I should see my report pop up here, and now you see your bill of materials. So that's just one quick example of the different reports, but again, all the ones they can run are across the top here. Now lastly, I'm going to take a look at the survey data. So I'm going to turn off my prediction heat map here. So let's say you're a user of iBwave mobile survey. You've captured some Wi-Fi and cellular survey data, and now you want to take a little closer look at it. You want to do some analysis on it. You can do that using the free iBwave viewer. So I'm just going to click over here on the survey tab, and I'm going to choose to see all of the 2.4 gigahertz survey traces, and you see them pop up here on my screen. Now, one of the things you can do in Viewer is actually view the survey interpolation heat map, which gives you an idea of the overall coverage that you've captured. To do that, you just go back to your prediction tab here, and if you scroll to the bottom, you see this heat map survey data interpolation. Just going to check mark that, and then you see the heat map pop up here. So this is what the coverage looks like for this particular trace that was captured. Now I'm just going to look closer at the survey data. So I'm going to expand out my window over here, and you can see below, you can start to parse what exactly you're looking at. So maybe you want to look at just your own SSIDs or neighboring SSIDs. You can also filter at the BSSID level, so you can pick one or many or all of them. And you can also pick which channels we want to look at. So in this case, I'm only looking at 1 and 11. Maybe I just want to look at 6 and 11, so I change it. And you can see that the trace is updated as well as the interpolation heat map as well. So that allows you to do some analysis with the data that has been captured on one of our mobile apps. And then the last thing you can do with survey data is run your survey data report. And this is going to give you a report that shows all of your heat maps by floor. And you can pick and choose. So you can see I open it up here. You can see you can pick and choose what you include on this report. Okay. And that concludes my really quick demo of iBwave Viewer. I hope you found it useful, and I hope to see you at the next video. Thank you.